This week, we start officially with Disneyland reaching out to those who may have already booked reservations for the hotel stays at the resort to let them know that hotels have been unfortunately taken offline once again for reservations going all the way through October 24th. This is, of course, something that happens week to week now, and they kick the can down the road every time it does occur. Obviously, the Disneyland Resort is not going to welcome people on into their hotels if they really don't have anything to offer them. Thus, theme park reopening is on top of everybody's mind. And certainly every week we like to cover whether or not there are additional canceled reservations. And we see now through October 24th, Paradise Pier Hotel and Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa are unfortunately no longer available if you'd like to stay there. So certainly something that we like to touch on, but we won't spend too much time with because it happens week to week. So there's your update on that front. The other big piece to the Disneyland Resort this week in terms of things that have developed are really kind of cool, and that is Stage 17 at California Adventure. It's been opened for a special premiere shop is what they're calling it. This is a flex space that they turned into basically a giant shopping location, and they consider this to be an extension of Downtown Disney, given the fact that Downtown Disney at the moment is basically, you know, it's your shopping mall type atmosphere. This is a location that they are attaching onto the idea of Downtown Disney as part of that shopping mall. And so a really great use of space here as they allow people through the back door, it looks like, of California Adventure, and they connect everybody in through kind of the security checkpoint area on the harbor side and let you go through that back door so you can experience, I guess, a little bit of theme park magic with Stage 17. I think, Katrina, this was something that we'd been talking about, you know, how come they're not using sort of those additional spaces within the parks and just calling them something different. If they can't reopen the theme parks entirely, why not just use certain spaces in a capacity that is allowed? And in this case, retail.
Exactly. And then I know they try to utilize the ESPN zone area and then that was like overpopulated with people and like everybody wants to go shopping. So like, what do we do? What do we do? And so, I mean, Stage 17, why not? I mean, I think it's a great idea. I know that they can't really let people in through the front entrance, so might as well do it through backstage area, and then maybe hopefully they'll start expanding it to other areas, hopefully. Like maybe there's like another stage, so hopefully it can lead in from one side to the other side for more merchandise. Everybody wants to buy merchandise from Disney. Yeah. Like, obviously, and then Christmas is just around the corner, so they kind of have to, like, figure out what they're going to do because everybody wants to buy Christmas stuff and ornaments, and, like, that's, like, the Disney thing, right, is you get an ornament and you get your name, like, on it, or certain cool events that happen, you want to put it on an ornament, so they kind of have to, like, start expanding a little bit. So maybe we'll start seeing more things. Hopefully they'll figure out maybe food booths. No, I'm just kidding. That's not going to happen. But that'd be really fun.
It makes sense, too, because they always have a big line at World of Disney. So.
Right. Always. It's like, I don't know. I think we tried once, and it was like a 4-hour gap.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait in line for World of Disney of all things. Like, I'll wait until the theme park's open to wait in lines again. But. Yeah.
Because I like to, like, peruse and just, like, kind of, like, look and see, like, what's new and stuff. And I'm not going to wait 4 hours at Downtown Disney to, like, get in and then have too many people in my space, and then I'm gonna like freak out and be like, okay, I'm over, I'm done, I don't want to buy anything, and then leave. So it's smart for them, and I like their old timey font that they use for like the premiere shop. It's like kind of cute, so I don't know, it makes me like want to go and check it out, even though you know it's just gonna be the same exact thing at World of Disney.
Sure.
But it looks cool.
Well, I mean, it's a location that obviously, much like World of Disney, if it gets a little too backed up, they are doing that virtual queue where you know you can offer up your phone number, and then they'll text you when you're ready to go, and you can jump on into the Stage 17. I mean, for a retail location, whatever I guess it takes for the sake of Disney magic, you know, it's nice to bring something else online, and you're right, it helps with the crowding issues, especially given the fact that Stage 17 is so far over on the other end of Downtown Disney. You know, it really stretches out those crowds.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does, and I would like to go in there just to be in that building again because I haven't been in there since like the first year of Mad Tea Party when they used to have like a little tiny arcade in there.
Boy, it has been a long time.
Stage 17, that's the one where they did the Frozen, though, right?
Yeah,
with
they
the
did
ice.
Arendelle in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong stage.
Not the bigger one where they did like the food and stuff. For
yeah, that's
I was thinking
12.
of. Okay, yeah, I was thinking of the wrong one the whole time.
They all look alike. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Okay,
that's the
then what
most
I was about to say
utilized.
doesn't make any sense, but yeah, yeah, Arendelle. Okay, now I know which one we're talking
Yeah,
about.
that was the most recent sort of iteration. Was Arendelle was what it was turned into, and you could go experience. I guess during the wintertime, they had that little snow sled area. And
Right,
I was
yeah.
so sad I couldn't
band.
do it. I was like the line was too long, but it was really like clever that they're able to like bring snow, and then people can go like sledding.
Yeah, great little pocket to absorb the holiday crowds,
Mm-hmm.
and then because I think it cost so much to kind of recreate that Arendelle forecourt in there, it stayed looking like Arendelle for like the next
Oh, yeah.
3 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's all been probably curtained out at this point. The whole area is all black for the most part. So yeah, just now a giant shopping area with some lighting projection.
Yeah. I
Good
don't know.
good to have it though.
It's something. At
Yeah.
least it's like more space. It's a pretty spacious area. So I mean, maybe they'll start throwing in people to buy like churros off to the side or pretzels,
Right. No, that would be
like
awesome.
they used to.
There were some extra goodies in there for us.
I want them to turn it back into Who Wants to Be a Millionaire now.
Apparently the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Play It sign is hanging up above this retail outlet, so you can see it. So once you go in there, there's a little bit of a throwback to it.
Oh, that's neat. That's
Yeah.
cool. They still have like a little bit of this. They have it's like painted white, but on the outside of the building, you can still see where one of the signs used to be.
Oh, wow.
On one of those little like it's an electrical box or something. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely a flex space that I'm glad that they're using, and figured out to just open up the back gate because there's like a floodgate right there that is just behind the security checkpoints on Harbor Boulevard. So
Clever.
great
Why
use of
not?
space. Yeah, happy to have it on board as part of retail for downtown Disney. Do have some unfortunate news here, and that is some additional layoffs have been officially announced and finalized as to the types of cast members that are going to be released at the Disneyland Resort. Turns out unions have announced more than 1,800 layoffs for attraction, character performers, and security cast members. This is something that we hate hearing, and certainly in a previous broadcast covered in long form all of the tremendous amounts of layoffs that are coming Disney's way. Disney has recently notified Teamsters Local 495, which represents attraction operators, meet and greet character performers, and more trades, that they will be laying off more than 1,400 members. Disney Security will be losing nearly 500 cast members, and the tally of Disneyland layoffs sits at more than 8,400 cast members. Obviously, this is due to the prolonged impact of COVID-19 and the company not being able to officially reopen the Disneyland Resort as expected. In addition to that, Disney parks around the world are underperforming because even though they are open, they are at limited capacity and don't really have the opportunity to bring online more capacity and more offerings for the sake of less pent-up demand, and that they are trying to control all of those venues. So they've kind of reached a saturation point across the board for the sake of health and safety, and that's something that I know is really important to everybody. So at any rate, I definitely think that there's a lot to consider here when it comes to the layoffs, not just Disney having moved forward with these layoffs, which is tough, right? It's hard to know that Disney has gotten to the point where they had to let so many people go, but as we've said before, obviously it is a business, and as hard as it is to see these very hardworking people that impact the magic every day just kind of be let go with a phone call or notified in a moment that they are no longer a part of the magic, that is tough. That is really difficult to deal with. So at any rate, we're sad to hear it. Character performers, security, attractions cast members, some of the people that I love and admire the most are in those departments, and I don't know which ones have gotten the call yet, but another round of bad news here.
It's like so hard, and I can't imagine how it feels for you because you knew like all of those people
Yeah.
pretty much. And I'm like I'm speechless for this.
Yeah.
It's just too many people. Something needs to happen. These people's livelihoods are like, on the line, and the governor's like not really trying to help, and now there's just more and more people just like losing their jobs because of this, because he refuses to acknowledge and keeps putting theme parks on the back burner. And I don't think he realizes that all these people are now being let go, and all the magic is now just draining away from Disney.
It's pretty tough, and I know that obviously not all of it is centered around just Disneyland. Certainly, a lot of different factors are impacting the decision to let go as many people as they are. Disney being that organization that's letting go of so many people, but at the same time, the number definitely, we've talked about this, could have been likely a lot lower had they had a plan in place that they knew Disneyland was going to be reopening and that they could put people back in action, that they could employ people because they knew a revenue stream was going to be coming in. Tyler, another round of layoffs, very hard to take.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and like I said last week, it's just the thing, selfishly, like we go to these parks like to see the same people over and over again, and because they've become like a part of our life. These people are, they've transcended cast member, and now they're literally like they feel almost like family, and it's just a huge bummer to know that this change is happening, and I just hate seeing all these good people going. It's just it really is. It just keeps coming, and it's it's not just Disney either. It's Universal is laying off a lot of people, and it's just across the board. It's bad stuff, and I feel for every single one of those people out there.
Yeah, it's hard.
Hugs for you all. I don't know, there's not much I can do, but that's just my thoughts are with you. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we're thinking of you, that's for sure. And one of the hardest, I think, shows we've ever had to do happened recently, where we were going over all 28,000 cast members that were being eliminated from the company. I mean, it's just staggering numbers when you think about it. And I'd mentioned on my own social media, I was watching hundreds of people just posting that they too had gotten the call. So very difficult to deal with, and that makes this next piece of news hard to deal with as well. And that is Frozen live at the Hyperion at California Adventure, as well as Making the Magical Map over at Disneyland Park, have apparently, by the company, not officially in any capacity yet, but have apparently been removed from the lineup entirely, closed for good, as cast members and performers for both of these shows have taken to social media in the last couple days to announce that they are receiving the call, that they are no longer needed, and that the shows are closing for good. This, of course, is something that nobody wanted to see. I mean, we don't want to see any layoffs, period, but now we're losing two very big shows, big people-eating shows, and both of these parks that are not open at the moment. You have the Frozen Live at the Hyperion, which replaced the Aladdin a Musical Spectacular some time ago, and then you have Making the Magical Map over at the Fantasyland Theater, which is definitely a fun little show. I know I've taken people there before, and it brings out different emotions in everybody. I watched friends of mine in tears over the fact that the finale was the way that it was with Making the Magical Map, and Frozen, definitely a stunning technical feat. If you've ever been able to see it, definitely a beautiful use of that space, and a theater that can handle upwards of 2,000 guests a show. It's really sad now to know that if the parks do come back online in some capacity here moving forward, these two shows are going to be missing
for quite some time, most likely. Like, I know they're going to come back if the parks open again, but how long is it going to take for everybody to come back and start production again? And and like you said, that Frozen stage is mind-blowing. It's so amazing, the effects that go into it, the costuming, all of this stuff, and all of these people now are laid off. And then we knew people that loved going to Mickey's Magical Map. They had to make it a point to go watch it when they would come visit, and now it's gone. And I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I thought it was cute, and seeing the kids follow along, and they're like, oh my God, it's King Louie, and it's just super fun. And they're doing their song and dance kind of thing. And I thought it was. And it's always fun to go kind of sit, relax, and watch a show. And that's what Disney does, is they do such a great job of creating these productions to make the park seem so alive. And now it's going to be gone, and who knows for how long it's going to be, and who knows what's going to get cut next.
Yeah.
Probably fantastic.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, I mean, definitely these two stage shows being eliminated from the roster and the lineup. And yeah, I had anticipated, Tyler, that potentially we'll see when and if they do bring back a stage show in some capacity, it'll probably be something new and a lot less labor intensive.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, honestly, Frozen in a lot of ways was a lot like a Broadway show, I mean, it really was on that caliber. I'm always going to miss Aladdin.
Yeah.
Aladdin was always fantastic, but you know, Frozen was also just a fantastic show, and to all the performers and everything, and the people, the tech people, and just everybody who worked on that show, the ushers. I just, you know, I feel bad for everyone. I feel bad for everybody. And Mickey and the Magical Map was always just one of those shows too that, you know, was a great kind of, it was almost like a daytime Fantasmic in a way.
That's a great way to put it.
Where it was like, it was a good amalgamation of like all these Disney properties that you never see together coming together. It was like the best hits, you know, and I'll always love that part with Stitch in it I don't know. You know what I really loved about Mickey and the Magical Map as well was kind of the technology, just like Frozen, because you had characters whose mouths could move, and they had like the stage, you know, changed, you know, with the screens behind it and everything. So I always thought that was a really fun show to watch, and it was one of the better shows they've had in there for many years. And it's a massive shame, massive shame.
Massive shame
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, really, I don't know what else to say about it because it's just so heartbreaking, honestly, to see so much being yanked out of this place that we love. So,
further compounding the layoffs and adding to the long list of things that we are now going to be missing pretty dramatically, no pun intended, as we move back to Disneyland Resort and the theme parks eventually when they reopen. As always, cast members, our hearts are with you. You are definitely in our thoughts, and we can't imagine what you must be going through. We know how tight-knit the entertainment community is at Disney. In addition to that, the security attractions team and character performers, we're thinking of you, and sorry that you have to deal with this right now. All the best in where you're going to no doubt make magic next.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.